take us around the house? I guess I should ask you this. The order of the photographs that you took them, the number of the slides, is that the order of how you took the photographs?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to take us around the house and just explain what we're looking at and your vantage point. So what is in this photograph, slide 4?
Sure. Just to get, an understanding how I take my photographs, I'm going to refer to everything by where we are. If you're standing on the street looking at the front of the house, I'm moving in a clockwise direction around this, whether it's exterior, interior, vehicle, I'm doing it the same way. So I'm standing at the front of the residence to the right of the driveway, photographing essentially the front left portion of the property and then part of the residence itself.
Slide 5.
Same location, panning to the right, but showing the front of the residence and some of the front property.
Okay, slide 6, please.
Continuing to pan to the right, showing the front right of the property. You can see that red tarp, it's not exactly where it was initially when we saw it earlier, but it was still a general location of where Keith's body was. That is that front right property. In the distance, there are several solar panels.
Slide 7.
Starting to move my way clockwise, standing in the front left of the property, photographing essentially the left side of the property or the east side of the property.
Slide 8.
Just panning to the right a little bit. That wall, just on the other side of that wall, there's going to be access. We'll see it later, but we're going to be access into the basement from the outside, and that is again just the left side of the property.
Slide 9.
Panning to the right, showing the northeast part standing in the northeast part of the property, photographing the scene or the residence.
Okay, slide 10.
Continuing to pan to the right, showing a little bit of the front right of the property.
Slide 11.
Starting to move my way around. That's the wall and the left side of the property.
Slide 12.
Again, panning to the right, showing the different portion of much of the front left of the property, as well as the structure itself.
Do you see 2 doors if you're looking head on?
Yes.
The door to the left of the garage, what is that?
That's going to be access into the mudroom.
And the door to the right of it, is that an open garage door?
That's an open garage door, yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Slide 12. Oh, 13, I'm sorry.
Now I'm on the left side of the property, showing the rear left of the property.
Slide 14.
Panning to the right, showing that's going to be a pool, an enclosed pool.
15.
That's the entry into the basement that we referenced earlier. So we're on the left side of the property, looking on the other side of the wall now. Those stairs, just alongside the wall, proceed up to the porch area into the front of the house.
Slide 16.
Just panning to the right, showing a little bit more of that wall.
17.
Continuing to move around the residence, showing the rear of the property now, standing in the back, in the rear left corner of the property.
Slide 18.
Panning to the right, you can see a different view of that pool. And then obviously you start to see the damage, much of the damage from the fire on the residence.
Slide 19.
More close-up photograph of that pool from just outside the fence.
Slide 20.
Again, moving our way around, there's a playground. I'm standing essentially right behind or at the rear of the property, photographing the rear right or the playground. You can see some of those solar panels as well.
Slide 21.
Photographing the rear of the property. You can see significant fire damage towards the middle of it.
22.
Now I'm standing more towards the rear right of the property, showing again, you can see those solar panels, the playground, that cone, which I believe it moves slightly, but you can generally see that back porch based off of where the cone is. Just to the right of that porch is the sunroom, and then the stairs that lead up along that wall lead up to the second floor.
22. I'm sorry, 23.
Panning to the right, from the same location, showing the rear of the property, rear of the residence.
24?
Standing more in the rear right corner, just showing a close-up, more close-up view of that sunroom area, as well as the porch with the door leading out to the sunroom.
Slide 25.
Another photograph, slightly different location, but showing the sunroom and that deck, and that porch, that deck.
So just to be clear, is that the patio, the little porch where the live round was found?
Yes, it is.
And that's outside of the sunroom?
Correct.
26?
I'm now at the right or the west side of the structure. On the other side of these trees here, well, to the right you can see where that wall is in the sunroom. There's another window. On the other side of these trees here is a generator, and then continuing to the left there is a rear garage door, as well as the location where the electrical panel was, and that door, and the meter.
27?
Panning to the right, showing more of that sunroom area.
28?
Continue to pan to the right, showing the sunroom area in relation to where the playground is.
29?
I just more or less kind of turned around just to show the solar panels in the far right of the property.
30?
Again, another photograph of those trees, which the generator is behind. You can slightly see the rear of the garage there.
31?
Now it's a better view of that area. You can see the electrical box without a door. As well, that's to the left of that rear garage door. The pavers, or where all those discharge cartridge casings were located, is essentially, you can kind of see spray paint slightly there, where we spray painted their location. But that's the location where much of those casings were. Again, utilizing that tree in the far left of this for reference, that's generally speaking where Keith Caneiro's body was.
Now that door right there, is that the other side of the garage?
Yes, so there's three. If you're looking at the front of the garage, there was the three doors. This door is on the rear of that, towards the right door.
What is that fixture? And we're going to look at more pictures, but what is that fixture above that garage door?
That's a motion solar light.
Can you circle that? Can we please preserve this?
It's 31.1. Or I should say slide 31.1.
If you could just clear it. And then finally, slide 32.
Again, just continuing to move in that clockwise direction, standing in the front right of the property, showing the residents from that location.
Now, on this same day, the 21st, did you take photographs of the inside of the house?
I did.
And what was the purpose of those photographs?
The same reason, obviously, the fire had been out at this point. We did our best when the fire was still ongoing to show the damage and the smoke and all that. But now I wanted to photograph the overall interior of all the residents, at least to the best of our abilities.
Now, due to the fire and water damage, is it fair to say there was heavy distortion of the inside of that house?
Yes.
On November 24th of 2018, subsequent to you taking these photos, what, if anything, did you receive from the county engineers?
The Monmouth County Engineering Department created a 2-scale diagram of the scene, of the overall property, as well as each respective floor, to guide us and assist in in documenting this structure, this property.
And specifically, did they create a diagram of the first and second floor?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked. I'll show council as S285A. Do you recognize this?
I do.
And what is that?
That is a diagram of the first floor, or that was created of the first floor of the structure.
Okay. And if I were to show you some photos that you took of the inside of the house on the 21st, would you
Yes.
be able to use this diagram to help the jury understand where these photos are?
Yes.
Right. Judge, permission to publish?
Okay.
Thank you.
Judge, can I use this to kind of point?
Sure.
You can stand here and I'll put the slides up and move out of the way. Can you just explain to us on this what S-285I, just briefly in general, what everything is on there?
So, generally speaking, if we're looking at the interior of the first floor here, this is the porch. So Keith Caneiro's body was located roughly over here. This is the porch, the front door leading in, the foyer. Jennifer Caneiro's body was located, like I said, 2 stairwells, ascending stairwell going up, descending stairwell going down. Her body is located right here. Sophia Caneiro's body, before being taken out by the fire department, fire members, was located on this landing right here. And Jesse Caneiro's body was located in the kitchen right about here. So this just identifies each respective room. You can tell from the photographs that things are going to look kind of all the same. So I'm going to help. That's why we use this. I'm going to use this to kind of guide you through it. But remember that generally speaking, even though it's a little bit of a uniquely set up house, generally speaking, I'm trying to work my way clockwise around. So if you get disoriented, that's the goal.
Ms. Wallace, just because he keeps saying here in certain locations and he's pointing to it, but the record will not be clear as to what he pointed to, can you use his black marker? And can we just mark that document, which is 285A
Thank
of
you,
the
Judge.
location? You can do it by initial or however you want to do it, but just so it's clear for the record on the actual diagram.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, if you could, where you indicated where the victims were located.
So Keith Caneiro's body is located in this, generally speaking, in this area.
Use their initials so that it's clear for the record.
I'm sorry?
If you could use their initials, their first.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
last.
Sure. Jennifer Caneiro's body, again, located right around here. I'm sorry. This landing over here is Sophia Caneiro and Jesse Caneiro in the kitchen here.
Okay.
Now, if we could have slide 51, just to, or actually 49, please. Yes. For the back table. This is slide 49. All right. This is what?
This is a photograph of, you can see that front porch area and the front door.
Okay. If we could please have slide 52.
So, walking in, do you want me to mark it in some way? If I point to it, or?
Only if you need to.
Okay, I'll try and describe it as best I can. You can see, I'm going to describe the names of the rooms. Obviously foyer, game room, living room, so that should help. So if you walk directly into the front door, turn to your left, you're going to see the ascending stairwell to the left of this photograph, and the descending stairwell just to the right of that. Again, Jennifer Caneiro's body is located on the ground, just next to that second stairwell.
Slide 53.
I'm panning to the right, showing a closet, as well as kind of working our way towards, you can see a little bit of the living room to the right of the photograph, and a hallway in between.
54.
Again, now you can get a better view of that living room, or you can see the rear of the residence. That's a hallway straight ahead. There's a living room to your left. Entryway to the kitchen is on the right of this photograph.
54? I'm sorry, 55.
Still standing in the same location. Anytime I photograph any one of these, they're possible, but specifically for fires, I want to document not only what we can see from our level, but the top of the, to assist in any fire investigation that they need. So you can see some of the patterns and things like that. So anyway, I'm photographing right now the second floor. You can see the ascending stairwell. It hits a platform which you can't quite see, and then continues in the opposite direction up to the second floor.
56.
Again, panning to the right, showing a little bit more of the ceiling and the closet area.
57.
Panning to the right again. Actually, no, I'm sorry. So that door to the far right of this photograph is the front door. So that's where I was standing a second ago. Now if you look straight ahead into that entryway, that's leading into the kitchen.
58.
Panning to the right, showing the front door, and then the little bit of that stairwell.
59.
Now, moving into the game room again, I'm moving clockwise around the property. So the game room is at the far east side, or the far left side of the property. Looking if you're standing on the street, photographing the pool. The pool is at the rear of the residence, obviously.
60.
Again, panning to the right, showing more of the game room, which leads into the living room. So you see slightly a little bit of an open concept. Obviously, it was due to the fire, everything's even more open. But you can see the living room in the distance.
61.
Just continuing to pan to the right, showing the hallway, the game room, and the living room.
62.
Okay, now I'm kind of moving, at this point, moving into the living room area. You can see the sunroom in the far left of this.
Over
That
here?
door, yeah, so far left of this photograph is leading towards the sunroom. That door in the middle of the photograph is going to be leading into the, almost the dining room, into the kitchen. There's a table in between the sunroom and the kitchen. You can see on the diagram here. So that table, it's going to help with reference kind of throughout this. So that table from a distance in between there will help guide you a little bit. And that's this table here in between the kitchen and the sunroom.
63.
Just panning to the right, the tables to the far left, as well as shelves, and like an island set of shelves there.
64.
Continuing to pan to the right, showing some of the rear of the property.
That in the middle of the floor. Is there like a hole there?
Yeah, it looks like there was a collapse during the fire.
65.
Continuing to pan to the right, you can see kind of the game room in the far left of this photograph. Much of the damage coming from the rear, or excuse me, from the roof or the ceiling. And then photographs from the outside to the outside.
66.
That's the sunroom. So if we're referencing kind of standing in the dining room right now, or if I'm standing in the dining room, photographing that sunroom. Remember, the sunroom is where, just on the outside of the sunroom, there's a door that led to where that live cartridge was.
67.
Continuing to pan to the right, the sunroom, there's also the office, which is on the bottom of this diagram. So that I photographed the door before entering into the office.
68.
That's the interior of that office area, which again is on the bottom of this. Pretty much to the right of this office is where the location of the sunroom is.
69.
Using that table as reference, I'm now standing in the dining room, working our way towards almost towards the kitchen.
Are you standing right outside of the office here?
The office would be to the, yes, the office would be to the left.
70.
Working our way into, that is a large window, and that table, and the kitchen is going to be to our right. You can see just for reference again, you can see those solar panels outside, as well as the trees where the generator is ultimately located.
If we're looking at this photo, to our left would be where that patio was outside of the sunroom?
Correct.
Where the live round was found?
Correct.
And then if we're looking to the right where those shrubs are, is that where the generator and electrical meter are?
Correct.
70?
I'm starting to
71, I'm sorry.
work my way into the kitchen itself. So the table, you can see the table to the left here, and then the entry into the mudroom is that door straight ahead. To the so again, if you're looking at this diagram, we're looking north, the entry into the mudroom, and just to the right of that mudroom is where Jesse Caneiro's body was located. You can see blood staining on the cabinets there.
Can you explain specifically how Jesse's body was positioned here, where he was located?
Sure, he was laying on his back, facing, reference to this photograph, facing, his head's facing to the left, directly on his back towards the mudroom.
So his left side would have been up against those cabinets, those lower cabinets?
Correct.
72?
Just kind of working my way, again, using the table as reference, showing that mudroom and the location where Jesse Caneiro's body was.
73?
Starting to continuing to pan to the right, showing the kitchen area, more of the kitchen area.
74?
I'm standing pretty much at the doorway leading into the mudroom, photographing the kitchen. I guess it would be east, towards, you could see that, because again, we're working our way around now. You could see that doorway leading into the foyer area, towards the top right of the photograph.
75?
And to the right, showing the kitchen, as well as a little bit of the dining, or at least working our way towards the dining room.
76?
Again, just another photograph using that table as reference. That sunroom directly past it, again, is the exit, the rear exit leading into that back porch.
And if you're facing that sunroom, directly behind you would be what?
Right where I'm standing here,
If you're,
the
yes.
mudroom.
Thank you. Okay, 77?
Again, working my way around. That is the doorway or the entryway that would lead to the foyer, still in the kitchen.
I'm sorry, 78?
Panning to the right, showing a little bit of the island, as well as, again, that table to the far right.
79?
Continuing to pan to the right, showing the other end of the kitchen.
And 80?
And again, panning to the right, can't quite see it, but that would be the entry into the mudroom. Again, Jesse Caneiro's body would be located on the ground right near those cabinets on the bottom right of this photograph.
Now, we're going to get to it, but I just want to ask you, we're on slide 80, and you said you explained where Jesse's body was. What else was found, if you're looking at the photo of where Jesse's body would have been, to the left?
A discharge cartridge casing.
Okay. Was it a bullet? Casing. We're going to get to it, so, but there was a
bullet then,
some type of
ballistic
ammunition?
evidence.
Okay. Slide 81.
Again, just I'm standing in the entryway leading into the foyer, just photographing that area.
82.
Panning to the right, that's the mudroom and far end of the kitchen, and then the island of the kitchen.
83.
Continuing to pan to the right, showing the rest of the kitchen.
If you're looking out this kitchen window, what are we looking at out there?
So you could see one vehicle, and the garage is directly to the left of it, or in front of it, reference to how it's parked.
Do you see where the left, or I'm sorry, if you're looking at the photo, the right sink is?
Yes.
Now, to the right of that on the counter, ultimately, was anything of significance found over there?
Yes, there was a knife block with 17 knives.
And we'll get to that. 82, I think? I'm sorry, 84.
It's just standing in the same location, but panning down, showing the counter.
Is that a tray of cookies there?
Yes, it is.
85.
Again, standing where the mudroom is now, showing that table, and this is just to sort of orient ourselves for the next photograph.
86,
Now working my way into the sunroom itself. The door's closed, but obviously the windows are blown out, and showing the water damage and the fire damage in the sunroom.
87,
And inside the sunroom now, photographing the interior of it.
88,
Panning to the right, showing the doorway that leads into the rear property.
89,
That is another view of that back right patio that we referenced earlier, where the live cartridge was located.
90,
Again, just another view of that. You can slightly see in this photograph, but we'll get more clear in a second, where spray paint was used. So as I documented all these items, the live cartridge as well as the rest of the ballistic evidence on scene, it was collected, used as evidence placards. Ultimately, when after everything's all done and completed, I spray painted those locations and documented them by their evidence numbers, or in this case, because it didn't have one, or their placard numbers, as C for cartridge. So we're doing that. I'm doing that in preparation of the diagram, so that when the engineers come back, and they know where all the evidence is.
91,
Working my way out into that patio area from the sunroom.
92,
Again, more of a mid-range photograph of that patio to include the spray painted C.
and finally 93.
Another photograph of that patio. You can see the solar panels in the back, in the top right of the photograph.
Thank you. And is that the extent of the photos that we put in the book for the first floor inside of the house?
Yes, for the first floor.
Thank you. I'm going to show you what's been marked as S285B. I'll show it to council first. Judge, permission to publish? You recognize this?
No.
Sorry. Do you recognize this, Sergeant?
Yes.
And what is that?
So this is much in the same way they did the first floor. Now it's the second floor, completed by the engineers.
And we don't have nearly as many photos with regard to this floor. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, let's start, if we could, slide 95.
So they did use some first floor documentation just to kind of help with reference. But again, just for reference, I'm on the first floor now, showing the ascending stairwell leading into the second floor.
Slide 96.
Working my way up the stairs towards the second floor.
97.
That is the platform area where Sophia Caneiro's body was located. Again, we're standing in that foyer area, working east, reference to the diagram, and hitting that landing, and then basically turning around and continuing west to continue up to the second floor.
In regard to Sophia Caneiro's body here, where she was on the landing, where in relation to that was Jennifer's body directionally?
Well, in respect to where I'm standing, I guess it would be behind me taking this photograph.
I guess what I'm saying is, was Jennifer's body essentially right on, sort of underneath that area?
In close proximity, yes.
Okay. 97?
I'm working my way. That's the remainder of that platform area where Sophia Caneiro's body was located.
And I'm sorry, that was 98, so we're going to go to 99.
Continuing to, now I'm standing on the second floor hallway, if you will. Those railings, if you look directly over those railings, it's going to show you the front door and the foyer.
100?
Just panning to the right, showing entry into that second floor, or at least the top of the stairs to the far right of the photograph.
101?
This is the second floor bedroom, which would be towards the rear of the house, documenting the, again, just overalls of that bedroom.
We're looking at the photo. Do you see the bed?
Yes.
What's to the right of that bed?
It looks like a tool bench, like a kid's tool bench.
102?
Continuing to pan to the right, that is the exit out of that bedroom,
103,
the closet in that same bedroom.
104,
Again, moving from, or reference to the bottom of this diagram, moving from right to left, so I'm going clockwise around. So this is the bedroom in between, or just next to the master bedroom.
whose name is up there?
Sophia.
105,
Continuing to pan to the right, showing that Sophia's bedroom.
and 106.
This is a photograph of the master bedroom in the southwest of the property, or the southwest corner of the building, showing the bedding as well as a second floor porch or entry or exit into the second floor porch on the top of the photograph.
Was that the extent of the photos that we included of the second floor interior?
Yes.
Thank you. You can have a seat. Sergeant, I just want to ask you about access to the basement from this house. How many ways were there to access the basement?
3.
If we could have slide 52, please, just to orient us. Okay. So do you see one of those ways in this photo?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How would that be?
So that, again, descending to the second floor, that one directly to the right of it is a descending stairwell into the basement.
Okay. And slide 107?
That is another entryway into the basement of from the outside
And what is the third way to enter the basement?
through the garage.
Okay, can I have slide 50, please? Okay, is that the garage there?
That's the garage, yes.
Okay, slide 115. What vantage point is this now from the garage?
We're kind of standing right near the entry into the basement. It's at my back, and I'm photographing the doors leading out to the driveway.
Okay, and do you see the open door right there?
Yes.
What is directly to the right of that door?
So directly to the right of that would be entry into the mudroom and kitchen area.
Okay, and I believe it's slide 116. 117? 116. Okay, what are we looking at here? What is that door straight ahead?
So you can see the front doors of the far left of this photograph. Those are the garage doors. Straight ahead, or just to the right of that, but straight ahead is entry into the mudroom. And then far right corner, back right corner of this photograph is entry into the basement.
Can you just circle where the mudroom door is, and then if you could put M over it?
Yeah, sorry.
And then same with the basement, but a B.
116.1.
Thank you. Okay, so the basement door where you had the B over it, we could just look at slide 110. This is slide 117. I'm sorry, slide 117. See the basement door here?
Yes.
Can you do the same thing, just circle and put a B?
117.1.
And then I want to look at the other side of the basement door, so let's go to slide 110. What are we looking at?
Photograph. I'm standing in the basement, looking at that same door from another vantage point.
Thank you. And finally, if we could just go back to slide 115 to the garage. I just want to ask you some questions about the garage. Can you see where the south wall is in here in this garage?
I don't know which one we're talking. South wall would be the to the right of the photograph here.
Okay, so if we could go to slide 116.
Yeah, so that would be the south wall of the garage, again showing the entry into the mudroom as well as the basement door.
So where the mudroom and the basement doors are, that wall, you're saying that's the south wall?
Yes.
Slide 117. Okay, and is that just more of the south wall if you're looking at the photo?
So south wall is at the left of this photograph, and then the west wall is more towards the right of the photograph.
And obviously on the opposite side of the south wall would be what?
The opposite side of the south wall is the interior of the residence, the mudroom, the kitchen, as well as the descending stairs down into the basement.
Okay, if we could go to slide 118.
Sorry.
Where do you see the north wall here?
The north wall is to the far right of this photograph where all the tools are.
And this garage door here that we're looking at, do you see that?
Yes.
Did we see that in another photograph?
We did.
Do we see the other side of it?
We did.
Okay, so if you're facing this garage door, what is to the left of it?
From which vantage point?
From the
Sorry.
inside, like if I'm facing it from the inside, what's to my left?
So to the left is the south wall of the garage, which is the door leading into the basement. And
Outside.
Oh, outside, I'm sorry. So if this garage were open and you were to walk through it, that's that platform where all the discharge cartridge casings were. To the right of it is the electrical panel, and to the left of that is the generator.
Did you collect ultimately a piece of evidence from this north wall during the course of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
Do you see it in the photo?
Yes.
Can you please circle it? And what is that?
That is a WISE camera,
We're gonna-
which is a surveillance camera.
And we'll come back to that if we could please preserve this.
18.1.
Staying on the same day now, so November 21st still of your investigation at the scene, if we could please have slide 161. At some point, did you collect, and you may have mentioned it before, but any items of evidence from this particular area that we're looking at?
Yes, a bullet specimen was located in the kitchen area.
Okay, 162, please.
It's more of a mid-range photograph of that bullet specimen in sort of the middle of this photograph.
And 163.
A close-up photograph of that bullet specimen.
Okay, 164.
Mid-range of the same bullet specimen, but this time utilizing a evidence placard.
165.
And a close-up of that same thing, but with the evidence placard, this time evidence placard 7.
And 166.
And that's a continuation, obviously, from the day before. This is a more close-up holding the bullet specimen, just to show it a little more clearly.
So just to be clear, it's not a shell casing, but it's actually a discharged bullet.
Yes.
Okay. How did that come to be collected on that particular day, if you could?
Well, it was just a continued search of the property. As I'm taking photographs, I believe Sergeant Mueller located it. He alerted me while I was taking my overall photographs of it. So then after those overall photographs were done, I then documented and collected that item.
Now, were there some other items of evidence collected from the scene on the 21st of November?
Yes.
Okay, did you document those on an evidence property receipt
Yes.
along with this bullet?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as S293, showing counsel. Do you recognize that?
That is the evidence property receipt of items that were collected on the 21st.
Is that bullet on there? Marked?
Yes, it is.
And what item is it?
Item number 3 here, which is EM7 bullet specimen from floor on west side of kitchen.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as counsel 309. Do you recognize that?
I do. It's that bullet. Ultimately, our item number 1-12, which is identified as EM7 bullet specimen from floor on south side of kitchen. Here again is New Jersey State Police packaging, item number 17, and then the bullet itself.
Okay. Now on the
I
21st.
think we're going to stop for our mid-morning break. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mr. Decker, if you don't mind helping us out with just moving the evidence.